Welcome to the recap of the 17th and 18th days trading this Apex Trader funded account, where I'm trading with Apex's money and keeping 90% of the profits and none of the losses. Trading futures certainly isn't easy, but trading with an Apex account is a great way to access the massive profit potential while minimizing your risk to just the monthly fees and reset fees. Use my coupon code in the description for 50% off all monthly fees. On Monday morning, I got an error message on NinjaTrader about some connection issues, and I had flashbacks to the last time I had issues connecting to Rithmic, where I couldn't close a position and took a big loss because of that. I tried a few trades with micro S&P futures to test it out. The trade seemed to be going through, but I was still getting some error messages, so I decided to play it safe and not trade until issues were fully resolved. These test trades resulted in a small net loss of $12. Then on Tuesday morning, I ran into some more issues with Rithmic Trader. It kept automatically closing my positions immediately after entering. Must have been some glitch with the auto liquidation settings, so I reset those parameters, which resolved the issue. Unfortunately, I took $33 of unnecessary losses due to these new technical issues. Super annoying because both these trades would have been successful 5-point scalps. So after this issue was fixed, I saw the price had a little bounce out of this morning's demand zone, and stochastic RSI was nearing oversold. Expecting the strong buying momentum to continue from the last few trading days, I go long at 40.94. I was testing a 10-point profit target with a 2-point trailing stop loss to try to catch larger moves without increasing my risk too much, and my trailing stop gets hit here for $175 in profit. A little annoyed that my typical 5-point profit target would have hit, but am ultimately glad that I set that tight trailing stop loss because price does end up plummeting down to test the bottom of this demand zone. After price bounces off the bottom of this demand zone, stochastic RSI is still oversold, and I start seeing some bullish divergence on the accumulation distribution indicator. These AD divergences have usually signaled the start of large price moves, so I go long at 40.9250, once again targeting 10 points, but this time with a 4-point trailing stop loss. Sure enough, price starts rocketing upwards and meets a little bit of resistance around 41.01. I see I'm up significantly on this trade and decide to lower my profit to 8 points and scalp out for $400 profit. My 10-point profit target still would have hit, but I didn't want to take the risk of giving up $200 of profit, which was the value of the 4-point trailing stop loss. Still, I'm very happy with this trade, and I decide that I will use this 10-point profit, 4-point trailing stop setup for future trades if AD is showing strong divergences. Later on, strong AD bullish divergence does develop once again, with stochastic RSI nearing oversold levels. I patiently wait for an entry at the 21 EMA and finally get filled at 41.19. Originally, I had my 10-point profit target, but I end up lowering it down to 4 points after seeing price hit some resistance around the value area high. I do get the 4-point scalp, but seeing price finally push through with strength made me immediately regret lowering my profit target. Price ends up running an additional 20 plus points after I exit the trade, and I can't help but feel some FOMO, especially because I had the right parameters at the start of the trade. After this strong bull run, sellers finally show up in the supply zone, and I see price get rejected pretty convincingly. I see that stochastic RSI was also curling down, and when price flushes below the 21 EMA, I go short at 41.37, expecting price to retrace back to the 21 EMA before getting pushed down again. This time, I go with my original 5-point profit target as it looks like an uptrend day, and it's risky staying short for too long, especially after the morning's strong run-up. I end up scalping out for the full 5 points. Turns out that this was actually the reversal point on the day, and price drops quite a bit after I scalp out. But I'm definitely not upset about my exit here, as there was no visible AD divergence at this point. So it took 2 additional small scalps to get my profit above $1,000 for the sake of a cool thumbnail, and also had to make back those annoying losses due to technical issues. Obviously, I'm super pleased with today's trades. I went 4 for 4 and have made the highest single day profit on this Apex account so far. However, I recognize that I still need to work on my trading psychology as I just find myself adjusting trades too much. I've tried just not looking at the screen after I enter trades, but it's just constantly on my mind and I do find myself checking back quite a bit. I think letting trades run their course will be easier after the auto liquidation threshold stops trailing, which will be soon. But just to get some extra help, I've ordered the book Trading Inside the Zone, which I've heard has helped traders overcome ingrained mental habits that lead to costly trading decisions. We'll definitely be sharing any insights as I learn them. So after having the best trading day on the account so far, we are now sitting at 52,353, a new all-time high. The trailing liquidation threshold is back to the full $2,500. It'll stop trailing at 50,100, which is only about $250 away. Once it stops trailing, I'll be able to increase this buffer past 2,500, and we'll be able to take on larger swing trades without worrying about what letting the account run up too much will do to the account liquidation value. As always, thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to follow along on my journey growing this funded account. We're just getting started.